In this demonstration, I'm going to provide an example of how to install and initially configure a DXi V-Series virtual appliance. This demonstration applies to DXi V-Series systems with DXi 2.3 software installed. The process that I'm going to demonstrate is documented in the Quantum DXi V-Series Quick Start Guide, which is available on the DXi V-Series support page on the Quantum website. If you are a Standard Edition customer, the Quick Start Guide is also available on the Forum V website. Before installing the software, download and review the information and detailed procedures in the Quick Start Guide. To verify that your environment meets or exceeds the needs of the DXi V-Series software, be sure to read the pre-installation checklist and installing the Quantum DXi V-Series sections. Now, let's install the DXi V1000 software. Locate the OVF template that you previously downloaded. If you haven't done so already, extract the files from the zip file. Now, log into your vSphere client. In the vSphere client, navigate to Home and then select Inventory. Deploy the OVF by selecting File and then selecting Deploy OVF Template. Then, browse to the location where you saved your OVF template. Make sure to review the OVF template details. Give your DXi V1000 virtual appliance a name. For this demonstration, I'm going to stick with the default name. Select the host and/or resource pool. Select the disk format you need. For this demonstration, I'm going to select Thin Provision. If you have multiple vSwitches configured in your environment, you may see the network mapping screen. This window will not display if you have a single vSwitch configuration. In the Ready to Complete window, verify the settings and click Finish. You will then see a window displaying deployment progress. Wait patiently while your DXi V1000 appliance deploys. Once your deployment completes successfully, click Close. In the vSphere client window, browse to and select your newly deployed DXi V1000 appliance. Click on the Launch Virtual Machine Console button. On your Appliance's Virtual Machine Console window, click the Power On button. It may take a few minutes for the system to boot. If your network does not use DHCP to assign IP addresses, you will be prompted to enter the following information: a node IP address, a node net mask, gateway IP, and an optional VLAN tag ID. If your network uses DHCP to assign IP addresses, you will not be prompted. In this demonstration, our network is using DHCP, so we will not be prompted for this information. When the power on process is complete, a message appears stating that the system status is normal. To log into the user interface, you can locate the IP address of the system by clicking the vSphere Client Summary tab of the DXi V1000. In our case, the IP address received from DHCP is 10.20.85.15. Once the DXi V1000 has finished powering on and you've obtained the IP address, launch a supported web browser on a workstation that has access to your network. In the browser address box, type the IP address of your DXi V1000 appliance and press Enter. Log in as administrator. If you see a limited mode message after logging into the system, this indicates that the system has not finished booting. First, you'll need to enter your product key. Your product key is available on the DXi V1000 Product Key Certificate, which is part of your DXi V1000 Media Kit. Or, if you downloaded the Standard Edition version of the DXi V1000, you will receive a product key in an email from Quantum. Next, accept the license agreement. A Guided Setup Complete message will display. The DXi V1000 will attempt to connect to a license server at this time. If the system has internet access, the license key will automatically install. If the system does not have internet access, the license key will not install and you must contact Quantum Technical Support to obtain your license key. You must then install the license key, which I will cover next. Refer to the DXi V-Series Quick Start Guide for technical support contact information. The support wizard allows you to register your system with Quantum, download a system diagnostics log, and install a license key if you are located in a non-internet connected site. Click Support, and then click Next. The registration page lists the benefits of registering your system with Quantum and also contains a direct link to the product registration page on the Quantum website. The System Log page allows you to generate a system diagnostic log by clicking Generate New. When the log is finished generating, click Download Current to download the file. You should generate a system diagnostic file after installing and making configuration changes to your DXi V1000 system. If you need to contact Quantum technical support in the future, this log will help Quantum service when troubleshooting your system. The License Key page allows you to install the license key and review licensing information. If the license key installed automatically while completing the Getting Started wizard, you can verify the license type, capacity, and installation date on the top of this screen. In this example, the system has a permanent license with 2 terabytes of storage. If the system does not have internet access, you can manually install the license key using this page. Select the bottom license key option and enter the license key that you received from Quantum technical support. Then apply your settings. You can now exit out of the support wizard. Navigate to the network page by clicking on Configuration, then System, then selecting Network. Check with your network administrator before making changes to your system's network settings. In this example, I'm going to configure some general network settings and then bind a static IP address to one of the Ethernet ports. This is just one networking configuration example. For details on additional networking configuration options, refer to the DXi V-Series User's Guide and also watch the DXi V-Series Network Configuration video. Both of these resources are available on the DXi V-Series support page on the Quantum website or the Forum V website. In the General Settings section, I'm going to configure a new host name. I want to configure static IP addresses for Ethernet 0, so I'm going to clear the DHCP checkbox for Ethernet 0. In the IP address table, notice that an Add IP button now displays for Ethernet 0. This allows you to enter an IP address, netmask, and gateway for this interface. I can also configure the allowed traffic types. Traffic types are management, replication, data, or any. For this example, I'm going to configure Ethernet 0 to allow any type of traffic. Once I've entered all the information for the interface, I'll click Update. Then click Apply to apply the new configuration. The next page confirms the new settings. Click Yes to apply the settings. The system needs to reboot to apply the settings. It will take approximately 15 minutes for the system to reboot. In this demonstration, I showed you how to install and initially configure a DXi V-Series virtual appliance. Always refer to the Quick Start Guide for detailed installation procedures. After installation, use the DXi V-Series User Essentials document as a quick reference to keep the system up and running. Thanks for watching.